and welcome back to my playthrough of Shadows of Brimstone. Our two heroes, Sue and Elle, were able to seal the Void Gate and are now basically riding back to the frontier town. And I think one of the comments on my last video mentioned, hey, it would be cool to really have an adventure in the new frontier town expansion. And to be honest, right now I'm feeling kind of confident to do that. But I will not just play an adventure from the adventure book of the frontier town here. I will also do the full experience. So I will also use the expanded traveling that comes with the expansion, and I will also consider the small, medium or large towns, and as well the specialty town types here. This is something that could come up depending on how good or bad we are rolling. On top of this, we may also see some of those daily events. As I really want to do stuff in the frontier town, I think I want to decide to travel to a medium town here, which means that each hero automatically would add a travel hazard. So we have to deal with two of those now. We have two heroes after all, but this gives us the chance to visit 6 different locations in this town. I really want to see a doctor, and I think I really want to sell and buy some stuff. We need some of those bandages, for example, maybe one additional dynamite. Let's see. But yeah, I think first of all we have to do some rolling. So let's first of all roll for Sue. And by the way, yes, I painted her. It was not my very first miniature, but close to my very first miniature, so don't expect me to zoom in too far on her. And as I'm now rolling on the extended hazard or town event chart, I don't know quite short travel chart, this is the 10s, this is the normal 6s pretty much. So let's see, that's 52. That's bandits. Waylaid by bandits on the road, the heroes fend off as many as they can. The bandits around each hero individually. There are 5 bandits each hero, and each hero must roll a d6 to how many of those bandits they defeat, and you gain some experience points. And for each of the bandits we do not defeat, we have to lose some bucks, darkstone or a gear or an artifact. So this can hurt like crazy. Let's start off with Sue, and I'm pretty sure you are allowed to use grit here, but let's see how well she rolls. That's only a 2, which means she gets 20 experience points, but she has to lose $75 or any combination pretty much. So I think I want to give away 1 darkstone. We need, I think, let's go for $50 here. I think this should be fine for her, so she gets $50 back, and that's for her. And then it's Elle. Yes, he's also painted now, and no, I will not zoom in on him as well. And yeah, let's see how good or bad he will roll. That's a 4, much better, so he gets 40 experience points, and he will lose, yeah, I think he can get rid of those warp crystals. See, we were going to sell those anyways. They're $50. In theory, you can get some bit more of it, but overall, yeah, let's get rid of this card. And that's it for L2. The thing is, we have a second road event for L. No, road event. I was playing Gloomhaven the other day. No, it's a travel hazard. We have to roll on the travel hazard chart. So let's see what he rolls. That's a 31. Oh, and there seems to be a nasty one. March of the Lost Army. You hear a thunderous roar from up ahead and pull off to the side of the trail to take cover. Moments later, a massive army of the dead comes into view, marching in formation with tattered flags flying and a battery of hell cannons in tow. 1,000-strong lost army passes by, with hate in their soulless black eye sockets. Each hero, must make a luck 5+ test. If passed, we would gain 20 experience points. Okay, let's do that. The good thing is they both have 4 and 3 luck. So let's start with Sue. She rolls 4 dice. We are looking for a 5+. Yeah, that's certainly good enough. Then we roll for Elle, also not a problem, awesome. Okay, they both gain 20 experience points, and yeah, we're not losing an item, which would be really, really bad for Elle, because he really wants to hold on to his stuff here. I think you're not allowed to lose any personal items here, but he could lose his heavy pickaxe or his darkstone gloves, and this would really hurt him like crazy. And I nearly forgot, we have to roll on this table here to determine our specialty town types. The most obvious pick would be a standard frontier town, but you never know. Let's see, that's an 8. Yes, unfortunately, I would say it's a standard frontier town. So now let's set up the board accordingly. So here's our medium frontier town. Let's draw one of those tokens and put it one after one. So we have a street market. I think that's a new location. Next one, we have a blacksmith. I think that's also here in the original frontier town. Let's move on over here. The smuggler stand, also something new. Let's go on here. The docks office. This is what we needed. Excellent. We have the Indian trading post, and last but not least, we have the general store. There is still a large pile of different kind of tokens available to us, so not sure if you want to see it. We have a church, we have the sheriff's office, the gambling hall, the saloon, the mutant quarter, and the frontier outpost. I think that's kind of a pity because we are not able to sell our darkstone, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, let's try to find out. Maybe we can also do that here at the Indian trading post, for example, or maybe at the smuggler stand. Before we decide if we go to the hotel or to the campsite, we have to resolve our daily events. So let's see what we get here. Okay, wide open skies. The big blue sky has opened up and the sun is shining across the land. This seems to be a respite from the darkness, at least for a moment. All rolls on the location event chart in town today are +1 to the roll, maximum of 12. That's actually a very good thing. So now we have to decide where we want to put our characters or where they want to spend their night. And I think let's go for the hotel. The campsite also has changed in this frontier town location, but still, I think let's pay those $20. I will take those of each of the characters' purses accordingly. And then, yeah, let's get into it. Okie dokie, let's start with Sue. And I think we wanted to visit the street market today. So let's roll those dice. We have a +1 because of the wide open skies. That's a 7, which is here. Hogs and horse thievers. Dark and foreboding, the back alleys of the street market stink of fish and filth. Smells like home. No event. That's the most obvious thing to happen there. One thing that I really wanted to buy there is one of those exotic herbs tokens here, which allow you to discard to remove D3 corruption points. How cool is that? Of course, it costs us dearly. We have to spend $200 for one of those, but I think it's definitely worth it. So I will spend $200 now, and I will, absolutely discard this token right away because Sue currently has 3 corruption points. So let's see, a D3 it is, and awesome, that's 2. I take that. That was definitely worth it. That's very, very cool stuff. And in case you're wondering why those things are bending, I printed them myself. I glued them to a piece of cardboard. Cardboard was not thick enough, but I really wanted to have something which allows me to directly write on the character sheet, at least for those basic values. Because if I have it on another piece of paper and look here, then I forget, hey, we haven't upgraded. I don't know what it is. I will certainly forget that, which is a reason why I printed those out myself. On top of this, I think I will also go for one of those Far Eastern potions here. They are pretty handy too. Discard to add +2 to one of your skills until the end of the turn. So whenever I have to roll for something, I can do that. I already paid those off camera. Here's my potion token, and yeah, I will put it into her side bag, which is currently empty. I think then I want to sell some darkstone here, but I think I also only want to spend one of those. Now we have to roll the special P-die here, and we only can multiply this by 20 in this case, but I will take it. That's $120 for this piece of darkstone, which is pretty nice. As I just got some money, I think I want to go for some street gambling. So I will pay a base price for $25, and then I pretty much want to get to a straight, or I want to go for a set, 4 of a kind in this case. So yeah, let's roll that. And you can also gain some rerolls. The first reroll costs you $25 and the next 3 rerolls cost you $50, and then that's pretty much it. You can also go for rerolls for using grid and stuff, but yeah, that's about it. So let's see. Wow, that's not bad. 3, 4, 5. That's actually very, very good. So I think, I want to re-roll that die one more time. And in theory, I'm only looking for a 2 or a 6, so it's not that bad. And we rolled the 6. How cool is that? Well, that's our straight, so we gain $300 back. Awesome. With that many dollars, I think I will go for a silk sash, which is limited to showman or performer, and she is a show woman. And yeah, it counts as a gear, clothing, belt, and once per adventure heal 5 wounds, which is perfect combination with her catchphrase and the bandages she's about to get and her deflection field. So Sue is really becoming a beast, it seems, but still I have to pay $450, which is really not a problem for her. So let's do that real quick. And this is something I have to use Klotz's Card Factory, which is a little online tool which allows you to print out those additional cards. I really don't want to write them down. I'm a board gamer after all, so I need cards or tokens or whatnot. So similar what I did here for her catchphrase special upgrade card, so I don't forget those special abilities. Something I have to do off camera later on. Hopefully I'm not forgetting this, but I think this visit was really worth it for her. Then it's Al, and I think he will move to the general store. And I think I should have rolled his event when we're rolling the event for Sue as well, but hopefully it doesn't really matter. So let's see what he gets. That's an 11. No, actually, it's not. It's a 12 because of the wide open skies here. I nearly forgot. How cool is that? The shop owner has a rare find indeed. An artifact brought back from a recent excursion. Draw a world card to determine where the expedition had been, to then draw an artifact from that world. This artifact may be purchased for its list price. If there is no listed price, that card may be purchased for $100 as a special sale. Okay, let's do that. And right now it's still either the Swarms of Jargono or the Targa Plateau. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 to 6. 4 to 6 again, the Targa Plateau. So let's see what we get. That's the holo recording. Discard to make a lore 3+ test. Gain 25 XP for every 3+ roll. If the lore test is passed, also recover 1 grit. That's actually not bad. That's really not bad. Gaining 25 experience points, so that's 75. Depending on your lore test, of course. And we can also recover a grit, and doing a, let's say, a mission, this could be critical, to be honest. So let me think about this. But first of all, we want to get some more side bag items here. And because of his recently chosen Claim Jumper Wheeler Dealer upgrade card, he gets those side bag tokens for half the price. How cool is that? So he definitely needs some more dynamite. So he will totally spend $200 to gain 2 pieces of dynamite. That's clear. And that's on top of those dynamites he gets when he starts each adventure, which is pretty cool. And I really have way too many of those tokens now with all the expansions. Have to sort those out. And I think I will also go for some bandages as well. So let's also spend $50 more to gain 2 more of those bandages. And I think then we are already at our limit. But I think maybe we should do that the other way around. Let's not go for... Let's get 1 bandage. And let's also get 1 bottle of whiskey. That's still the same price. But this allows us basically to, more or less mitigate some of the other risks too when losing sanity. Overall, really great for him. And that's only $250. Awesome. His side bag is full now, and I made a small error during the upgrade step of the prospector here of L. I think I rolled an 8, but I somehow interpreted it as a 9. So he's not getting any additional side bag space. Instead, I believe I gave him +1 lore. So his lore is now a 3 instead of a 2. And I also redistributed those health and sanity points a little bit differently. So he's now at 18 health and 15 sanity. Then he can still decide if he wants to go for the whole recording, and I think he wants to do that because really recovering that grid, that's the key, and a 3+ is very likely to pass, so I think that's really great. So he will spend those $150 in order to gain those holo recordings. I was also looking at some of those items here on the back of this, what is it, general store card, but I think there are cool items there, don't get me wrong, but I think the really cool ones I cannot afford, and I really don't want to go for a hair grease right now. So I think let's call it a day for our heroes in the frontier town. So next we have to roll on our little track here, higher than a 1. That's not a problem. So we are fine, no real town event. And then we can spend our next day here. And I think we will spend at least a second day here. But should Al do that right now? I'm not so sure, to be honest. Should he do that? Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's stick to Zeus. They will spend the night in the hotel in separate rooms. Apparently, we will pay $20, and then we have to draw our next daily event. Strange lights overhead, town daily event. Bad omen to be sure. Any heroes that choose to stay at the campsite today may only roll a single d8 on the campsite hazard chart instead of the normal 2d6. Okay, no one decided to stay at the campsite, but I think, no, that's something we do later on. Okay, so we wouldn't have been affected anyway. We can still make our choice, I believe, after we have resolved this daily event, but now we really have an incentive not to go there anyway. Okay, that's fine. Then I think Sue will move to the doctor's office. She definitely wants to go for some bandages. And yeah, let's have Al move to the smuggler stand in order to show you something new. Again, we will start with Sue at the doc's office here. So let's roll on the event. That's a 6, and I think that's a standard one. No event. All too familiar at the doc's office. The smell of death. Then we have the smuggler stand where Al currently is. That's a 12. Wow, how awesome is that? One last job. Or actually, I really don't know if that's so awesome. You're approached by a swarthy bandito with information on a train heist that could make you rich, but you have to act fast. This could be the big ticket, the one you've been waiting for. If you accept the train heist, your town stay is over. Make a cunning 5+ test to test out the plan. For every 5+ roll, you are +2 agility when robbing the train. And then we have to make an agility 6+ test. For every 6+ roll, we gain 500 and take 1 corruption. It wants the train heist. It's going to make a luck 5+ test. If passed, you have gotten away without a hitch. If failed, the swarthy bandito sold you out, lose half the dollar you earned, and become wanted. My problem here is that Al only has an agility of 2, and I think he's really not the right character to do that. I would be tempted to do that, but I think I'd rather not. I could also show you those additional status cards, the wanted card, but I think in this case I'd better not. And I think here I want to make it easy. I will spend $200 in order to gain 4 of those bandages, which also brings her to 5 items in total. And then it's over to Al, and I think the only thing that he wants to do here is to buy a round of shots. So d6 times 5. So let's see how much he has to pay. That's okay. That's $10. He should be fine with that. You buy a round of Brimstone sunrise shots for the rowdy group of bandits. With a roaring cheer, you toss one back and feel the burn. Recover 1 grit, but take d3 wounds, ignoring defense. I think that's fine for him. So the most important piece is the grit. Let's see how many wounds he takes. d3. Okay, unfortunately, he has to take 3 wounds, which he will start the next adventure with, but with 18 health, I think that's kind of okay for him. Okay then, let's see if something terrible will happen. We are now in our second day. We need to roll higher than that. Not a problem here. And I think I'm done here. I'm out of here. I want to leave town in theory, but not so fast, because again, I'm going to play an adventure in this frontier town here. So let's set up the board accordingly. Okay, and here we are. That's the huge board for the frontier town expansion. We have our 3 bandits here right now, also some of the miniatures I painted. And here I really decided to go with mission 4, Jailbreak. There are 6 additional new missions that come with this expansion here, really cute. They're all completely different. There's even one solo mission in there. And yes, this seemed to be pretty straightforward, which is the reason why I chose it. I think I will read you some flavor text now. They're coming for him. his gang is coming to break him out. The high-profile prisoner locked in the sheriff's jail smiles at you with a wink. Now you boys are in for it. Basically what happened is that this naughty guy has been imprisoned and tries to make an attempt to basically escape from his cell. This is what this dynamite is used for here. And after his mates have pretty much blasted this cell into smithereens, but apparently not him, he will try to make the escape here to one of those horses, and then he will ride off with one of those horses to one of these exit points here, which is the letter B in this case. And when he makes it, we have pretty much lost our scenario. Our, let's say, goal is to, I think, kill as many bandits as possible here, because for every bandit we are more or less killing, the darkness track is being sent back to darkness starts. In a 2-player game we start at level 5 here, and yeah, whenever we are failing this test, then also this moves into the other direction. So in theory we really try to get rid of those bandits as quickly as possible, and yeah, if we make to push this little marker here to the darkness starts back, we have pretty much won this mission. And yeah, the prisoner doesn't escape. So let's have a look at those bandits. They are apparently outlaws and they have the shootout ability. So they will always try to get away from us in order to a ranged attack. Really makes sense thematically. They have a defense of 3. They have a health point of 3. So overall, they are okay for us. They have a range of 5+ and melee 4+. They do roll 2 combat dice in a melee case. Sometimes they really have to do a melee combat. Maybe they cannot get away. Doesn't really happen that often, and yeah, if they hit, they do 2 points worth of damage, and they move with a speed of 6. So overall they are pretty beatable, I would assume, but still we have to take out a lot of them, and we have to do that fast. Okie dokie, let's try to hold back the darkness. That's always a 7+ until the dynamite exploded, then it's an 8+, but let's see how well we are doing. It's a 6, can you believe it? So this moves down, but we are ignoring any growing dread or darkness cards, blood splatters here, which is a good thing. But of course we already lost one step of this, so we have to kill one more enemy, it seems. It's the start of the fight, so again, Sue can use her quick draw ability, which means she has an initiative of 10 and she gains +1 extra shot. And of course, she will also power her deflection field now. Use 1 darkstone to activate until the end of a fight. And this whole adventure is one big fight. I'm not quite sure if I'm cheating here or if it's designed that way, but again, all those town missions are really one big fight. So apologies if I'm doing this incorrectly, but I will play it this way. It clearly says until a fight, and a fight lasts when the last enemy has been defeated. So it's good for her, I guess. But our heroes start in a building, so in order to get a shot she has to really move to a window or to a door here, because yeah, then she can shoot out. From here she cannot trace line of sight. Right now this door is considered to be shut, so let's roll for her movement first. That's a 3. That's not really great, to be honest. So she could move here. This also gives her some level of cover, but then she would only be able to hit this guy here, because you can see this space, and then from a range like this, like those diagonal lines, imaginary here on. So she will not be able to hit both of those guys. So I think in this case she really wants to step out here. I think that's what we need to do. So 1, 2 and 3, and you can only move out in a straight line out of a door. It's similar to Last Night on Earth, which I also like a lot, by the way. And I think yeah, then she will do some shooting. So again, she will roll 3 dice. Those horses, I think they do not block a line of sight. I think you cannot move through them, but they do not block line of sight. But let's see what she hits. Those are 2 hits. That's awesome. She will use her spectacles to reroll that die again. Unfortunately, also not a hit. So she has 2 hits, which she can assign now. So in this case, it doesn't really matter. Those guys have a defense of 3 and a health of 3. So in order to kill some of those guys, she needs to roll a 6, and she has run grit. I think she will take the risk. She will only assign this 1 die to this fella here. So let's see what he rolls. That's a 4, which is awesome. Yeah, she will totally spend one of her Deadeye shots. That's now a 6, which is enough to take out that first bandit here. Awesome job, Sue. Which also means we have pushed back the marker here 1 space. But of course she still has a second hit which she can assign. Let's go for this guy here maybe. Let's roll again. What did she get? Oh, that's only a 1. Does she want to use her grid to reroll that one single die? Even with her Deadeye shot, she would not do any damage. No, I think not. I think the risk is too high. She will leave it be. And then unfortunately it's already the bandits. So let's start with this guy here. He will try to gain a target. And what is his range? 6. 1, 2. Okay, he does not have to move. So let's see. 1, 2, 3 is always Sue. Yeah, it's Sue. So he will target Sue in this case. He does not have to move anyway or anywhere. So she gets a shootout marker. And yeah, this second guy is moving towards Al right now. He cannot see him, so he has to move 1, 2, 3 spaces here into the door. From this space, he would be able to attack Al, gain the same angle counts here. And he also gains a shootout marker, but it doesn't really change a thing. We have 2 bandits on the board. And yeah, this pretty much means they both get one shot from those bandits, our heroes. So again, we start with Sue. They have 3 shots right now. And oof, are you kidding me? Those are 2 hits. This is not a hit. They only hit on a 5 parts, which is a good thing. But a 6 is definitely a bad thing because that's hail of bullets. And this means this is causing now 3 hits each. Wow, that's bad. So overall, that's 4 hits she has to defend from. So first of all, she can try to defend as normal with a 5+. That's only 1, so that's still 3 points times 2 pretty much. That's 6 points worth of damage. The good thing is she's now using her deflection shield, which means she has an armor of 4. So every wound she has to roll for now, and each 4+ is pretty much a dodged wound in this case. That's pretty amazing, which means in this case she simply takes 2 points worth of damage. Awesome, Sue. Then it's Al. He also gets hit, and wow, are you kidding me? Those are 3 hits, so 1 hit, 4 hits, 7 hits in total he takes now. That's really insane. Good thing is he basically defends on a 4+ now. Wow, that's insane. Okay, that's 3 hits he pretty much dodged. That's still 8 wounds he will take. Does he want to spend a grid on this? I think in this case this might be worth it. He has 2 grid. Yeah, let's go for it. So he will spend 1 grid in order to reroll those 4 dice here. Awesome. That's more like it. 3 more defense, which means in this case he only takes 2 more wounds. Let's remove those shootout markers. We don't need them this round anymore. Let's clean up this mess a little bit. And then it's Al's activation. So let's roll for his movement. That's a 6, which is kind of okay. And yeah, I think he will totally move next to this fella here. He doesn't know what's coming for him. I think he's not using his boot knife for now. Let's go with a standard heavy pickaxe attack. And he will, of course, also not use his dynamite. So let's see what we roll here. Oh wow, that's really bad. That's only 1 hit, but I think he will not use his grid for now. I think 1 hit could be all that he needs, because those 2 items give him +2 damage in total. So I think he has a good chance taking out this guy. So let's roll for his damage. It's not doubled in any way. It's not critical. No, it's not only a 6, 7 or 8, and that's a 4 + 2. That's the 6 we need in order to take out our next bandito here, which means we will move 1 step ahead accordingly. Awesome. That's pretty much the end of the round. So we remove 1 of those dynamite tokens here, and then D3 new bandits will enter, or D6 if there are no bandits currently on the board. Right now we still have one bandit, and we really need those bandits in order to kill them actually. So let's see what we get. That's 2 more bandits, and for each bandit we will roll where they will enter. Let's start with this first fella here. So let's see, that's 2, which means that's entry point B, all the way to the right of this board here. And then let's roll for the second bandit. That's a 5, which is a random buildings rooftop. Awesome. Okay, I will be able to show you the rooftop. That's pretty cool. So which rooftop is it? Let's determine the building. That's the 6, pretty much on top of Al's building here. How cool is that? And let's say the thing that they are recommending to do that is to take a pile of any tokens. And so let's do this like this. Those are the tokens. We will place this guy on the top of those tokens, and then we know he is now on top of this rooftop here, which means he cannot shoot down on him, which is good. The problem is it's also not easy to shoot up from here, but Al could move up here and try to take him out directly, which is also relatively cool, to be honest. This bandit is no longer to be considered to have a pistol. He now has bandit rifle with a range of 12, shots 2 and damage of 4, or shots 3 if brutal. No, I think we are not playing on the brutal side right now. It's still bad enough with a range of 12. There is definitely a lot going on here, and yeah, with 4 damage apparently as well. But I think that's really now the end of the round, and I think I will call it for today. I really hope I haven't messed things up too badly already. Again, make me aware if I did, and I will try to correct this as much as possible, especially keep me honest on this deflection field here. And then I think we really have to start taking out those guys. We still have to hold back the darkness, and I think we have to do something about this guy here on the rooftops. But I think Al should be able to move up there during his turn, which also protects him from some of the other folks anyway. Hope you are still enjoying my little playthrough of Shadows of Brimstone, and I think it's definitely a good idea to use or play this game a little bit differently using this town or frontier town expansion. I really hope you like it, and yeah, hope to see you soon in one of my other videos, and until then, bye bye.